Hello, everyone. Welcome to Take the Initiative. We got top 8 of the league right now. Thorrk versus Hipo. It's a Han mirror match. Let's hope they can get it done in like under 40 minutes, because if they don't, I will have to end stream early. But they seem to think it's going to be quick. So it's Thorrk and Hipo, top 8. Thorrk is our defending champion. Took out Hipo in the top 4, I believe. It was top 4. Hipo was playing Boba that time, and Thorrk was on the Han green. This time, but they're both on the Han green. It's Thorrk and Hipo, top 8. Thorrk is our defending champion. Took out Hipo. All right. Sorry about that. You might have heard an echo for a bit. But yeah, they should be here soon. So let's take a look at the differences between these lists. So Hipo's is let's actually start with Thorrk's. Thorrk's, I think, he's like, this is Thorrk's list. He's been like one of the big people playing this deck. His list is, very refined. He's got some interesting choices in there. Like, he's got the one of patrolling viewing. He's got prepare for takeoff in the sideboard. Bodhi Rook in the sideboard. He's not on Mon Mothmas, which he was in the previous season. I think he just sees them as like, I think he's just trying to move away from Rebels in general, because it's not like essential to the deck. He has like a video going over like this list in general, but it's, here's what it is. And Hippo's list is running like a bit more like interesting things. Like, he's on the Mon Mothmas, he's on regional governors, he's on Cunnings on the sideboard, Change of Heart in the sideboard, Reinforcement Walker in the main. I don't believe Thorrk is on Change of Heart at all. So, yeah. All right, and we should be able to see hands. I just always check. There is no delay on the stream. We're considering it, but I think at this point we're leaning against it. So this stream is going to be no delay. And I always ask if they're okay with their hands being shown, because some people might be concerned about stream snapping, but I don't think that's a huge issue. And if players aren't concerned about it either, then no problem with seeing hands. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. This should be like pretty good camera angle. So we'll take a look at the bracket while they're getting the deck loader figured out. This is our one of 2 top 8 matches remaining. The other one is going to be on Thursday between Rebel Resource and You Can Call Me Al. Sabine Yellow versus Mono Tarkin, which I'm excited to see that one. And I believe Prairie Pirates is going to be getting... Okay. So it looks like we're going to switch to the other mod. It's that one. All right. So this is a Han mirror. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of like their builds are different. So it's not like it's, the same 50 against the same 50. So there's going to be some interesting dynamics. I'm honestly not sure whose build is favored. The regional governor like could come in clutch for Hipo. I believe they're both on 3 Spark or Rebellion, so I don't think that's going to be like a major deciding thing. Yeah, they're both on 3 Spark. Hipo is on Reinforced Mockers. Maybe that comes up. But we're just about to get started here. Let's see. And it looks like Thorrk found the resupply turn 1. That's good. I'm not sure if he's gonna like go for a resupply turn 1. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Hippo throwing it back, and he okay, interesting. He does this is not looking amazing for Hippo. Like, he doesn't have the resupply. Mon Mothma is like an okay card here. He has the Spark Rebellion, which maybe he just fires that right away, or maybe he waits for it. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like Thorrk has the initiative, so he's going to start with it. And I think Thorrk's just going to take the initiative right away. So not going for the resupply play. And Hippo goes with Spark. And he's choosing the resupply here, which I think makes sense. Choosing home 1 is like valid there, but resupply is like a huge difference maker. Traitorous. Don't know how useful that is in this matchup. Yep, throwing it away. And like Thorrk doesn't really have a play this turn. Like, his best play is like Leia and do nothing. Yeah, that was a really good Spark Rebellion play to hit that resupply. Second Rogue Squadron Skirmisher getting resourced. Makes sense. We'll see. Is Thorrk going to just play this Leia or not? Like, the Leia, you know, from what we're looking at, Leia does trade into Greedo if Hippo goes for the Mon Mothma Greedo line, which is like, okay. If I'm Thorrk, I'm probably just passing. Like, you don't need to decide if you're going to Leia right now. Oh. What is he trying to say? Hello? What? Pass. Oh. um. Hi. Weird. I don't know why he's not just using the chat. But yeah, here comes the Mon Mothma. Thorrk has, I believe, cut Mon Mothma entirely from his list. Hippo's still running it. Like, she can, you know, just being like a +1 in card advantage is nice, even though like being a 1/3 is not great. And there are like a lot of cards that you run that aren't rebels. I think that's why Thorrk has cut it, is because he's running so many things that aren't rebels. And Thorrk bricks again. Nothing, like no big plays that he can do this turn. Like, even if he Hans and goes up to 5, like, best thing he can do is like Waylay plus Leia. Hippo also doesn't have like big plays he can do. Like, he can play Echo Base Defender or Spark Rebellion, or if he like goes up to 5, he can do either. And he's just gonna go for the Spark again, and I imagine it's this Ewing reinforcement. Yep. Thorrk just doesn't have plays. playing Leia here is like a nice defensive move, just to exhaust the Greedo so you're not taking a bunch of damage. It's not like game breaking, but it's not horrible. But on the next turn, when they're both on 5, Hippo is going to be able to play this Han unit, and that's going to be big. If Thorrk draws like another thing, maybe he can rival that. Like if he draws Reinforcement Walker, or no, sorry, not Reinforcement, U-Wing Reinforcement or Han, that could be big. All right, we're going into a new round. Okay, Thorrk does draw a Han. That's big, so he can go into that this turn if he wants. Hippo also can do that. All right, so Thorrk putting a resource down. Thorrk has like, last season we saw him play the Han very cautiously. Like he didn't deploy it if he thought it was just going to get killed immediately. But it seems like he might be going for an aggressive deployment here. Yeah. Maybe trying to get out ahead of the other Han. Echo Base Defender coming down here from Hippo. So it looks like Hippo's playing sort of reserved. He's not going for the aggressive Han play there. So maybe Hippo's theory is here he'll trade into Thork's Han leader, and then like if Thork plays a Han, Hippo will be able to play his Han next turn and kill it. And that's a solid theory. But he is, in that scenario, like he's likely to get his own Han eaten. Or I guess let's see. So next turn he'll be on 6 natively, and he'll be able to go to 7. So he doesn't necessarily have to get it eaten. So Thorrk drops his own Han. Going to take out the Mon Mothma. And I imagine like Hippo probably just claims like you don't need to deploy your Han here to just get it eaten. And there's his third Han. Unit in hand. So I imagine he's going to resource one. So Thorrk draws into his second and third home ones. And wow, okay, Hippo is keeping all 3 copies of Han. He's going to have to throw one of them away here. And he does. Very interesting draws. Yes, indeed. Very interesting. So I think if you're Thorrk, like, you have to be worried about Han coming down and kill your own Han, which means that you're incentivized to just hit base. There's, like, you could play Rogue Squadron Skirmisher here, but that doesn't really get you very much. I'm trying to think, like, why might he, like, I mean, you might leave Han up if you're worried about, if you're predicting like U-Wing reinforcement to come down, and then the Han leader, because if that happened, you could kill the Han leader. And okay, it looks like he's going for Skirmisher, and he's gonna pick back up, what does he have in there? Leia, yeah. That's solid. And then Han unit comes in, kills the other Han. Boom. Hippo's punished there, or Thorrk is punished there by not attacking base right away. Hippo deploys his own Han. Just gonna start hitting base. I think Hippo is starting to really take control of this game. There is a potential for home 1 to come down next turn and change the math there, but Hippo is definitely ahead here. But he does need to be able to actually close this game. If Thorrk wants to go for home 1 this turn, which my guess is that he does, like he has to sacrifice somebody at the altar of the Han later. He does have all 3 home 1s at hand, which is kind of crazy. Considering what to do with this Rogue Squadron Skirmisher, he could try to get damage out of it now, or he could try to like go to the base. He's considering like how likely it is that Hippo runs it over with Han, and like I think Hippo at this point like might just want to go base. He might not even want to kill that Skirmisher. It's not really doing much to him. Yeah, okay, he does kill the Skirmisher. Just playing it safe. And that's 8 resources for Thorrk, which is home 1 territory. But he's at a 12-0 health deficit. So this home 1's got to make up for a lot. But bringing in a Falcon is like a pretty good start. Bright Hope, though, it looks like is going to answer that Falcon pretty well. At least for this turn. Reinforcement Walker, that's a big pickup. Hippo is like a bit behind in card advantage, but the Reinforcement Walker hopefully can start stabilizing that. And is he at 8 natively? 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe that's 8. Am I counting right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's 8 natively for both players. So home 1 smashes the Bright Hope. Figured that would happen. Attacking with the Han leader, gets another resource. They do have to. Okay, this should be higher from the Han attack. And then I imagine pretty much no matter what it is, you draw it here. Oh yeah, you definitely draw that. Okay, that Ewing reinforcement is a big pickup for Hippo. Thorrk is just cycling home 1s and gonna exhaust this Han with the Leia. So let's see. The home 1 loop here is actually, so home one plus Falcon is 10 damage on board. Then he can play, I think does he have a second Falcon engrave? If he does, Thorrk can play like this another home 1 and bring back the Falcon to do another 10. I don't think that quite gets him to game, certainly not through Reinforcement Walker, but it could be a lot of damage. So how many resources? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 10. It's not quite enough to go Reinforcement Walker plus Bright Hope. Leia's gonna finally finish off Hippo's Han leader, get a heal while he's at it. Han can come in for 6. Thorrk is now just 4 HP away from death. Falcon attacking with the heal from home 1 can put him down to 25. If he plays the second home 1, and does he have a? I don't want to look at the discard pile, but I think he has a second Falcon in the discard, which could mean he could go down to 24. No, that's not going to be enough. And Hippo is going to take game 1. And Thorrk, our defending champion, with his tournament on the line, is going to be going into his sideboard for game 2. Let's take a look at these sideboards. So here's Thorrk's. He's got Reinforcement Walkers in there. I'm not sure, like, I think so. He has like a YouTube video explaining like the list in depth, and I think he gives like what he sideboards for certain matchups. And I think one of those is a mirror, and I can't remember what he sides for the mirror. But he's got Prepare for Takeoffs in there, which could come out. Bodhi Rook potentially could take out a Ewing Reinforcement if it becomes a thing. Reinforcement Walker just for more top end could come in. I don't know if we see Syndicate Lackeys or Azatat Gunship. Yeah. Then in Hippo's board, Hippo's got Cunnings and Change of Hearts, which might come in. Cunning is just an all-around spicy card that a lot of people have been including in their decks recently. He's got the 3rd Reinforcement Walker. He's also got Bodhi's. He's got the 3rd Surprise Strike. I'm honestly not sure how the Han Mirror really goes. So I don't know what all is coming in. Sorry, just checking a couple things. All right. So I'm hoping for a quick resolution of the series because I will have to go in like 20 minutes. So, and like if the game, is not done, I'm just gonna have to leave. And Thorrk is taking his sweet time in siding. And it looks like he's about done. Did I update the scoreboard yet? I did, yeah. All right, folks, if you're just joining us, this is game 2 of the top 8 of the Take the Initiative League. Thorrk is our defending champion. He won last season with Han Green, and now he's facing Hippo. Also on Han Green. Hippo took game 1 following some double Spark Rebellion early on in the game to deny Thorrk a play for the longest time. But now we are ready for game 2. Good luck to both players. And Prepare for Takeoff did come in from the sideboard for Thorrk. This is a very interesting hand. I don't know. This is a keepable hand, I think. Yeah, and he is going to keep it. And Hippo gets the resupply. He also gets the regional governor here for 4 resources. Yeah, he's going to resource it. And also this surprise strike, it looks like. Or Waylay. Alright, yeah, Waylay is also not incredibly valuable in this matchup. So Thorrk's up first. He is going to go Spark Rebellion. And I imagine it's that resupply. Yep. But going for Falcon on turn 2 is not that bad of a play. Thorrk has, he can do Waylay or he can do Prepare for Takeoff. Just to get further into his deck. Greedo here is like, I mean, he's annoying, but, you know, 3 damage, only 3 damage. Okay, he is just gonna get waylaid. Interesting. Saving the damage, I guess. An Echo-based defender now coming down for Hippo, and we're just gonna march on. Hippo picks up a home one, and it looks like he's gonna resource his Falcon. Presumably going for the Spark Rebellion this turn. But Thorrk, sorry, has both Ewing Reinforcement and home one in hand. So that could be big. Prepare for takeoff coming down. I believe this lets you get 2 vehicles. Yeah. That's not one I've seen in a while, but I mean, +1 in card advantage is +1. And what's he got? Another home one and a reinforcement walker. And just 5 big pieces of top end. This Spark Rebellion, my guess is it takes out the Ewing reinforcement. Maybe the Han if he's worried about that. But you gotta be sad to see all the other stuff there. And it looks like it is the Han, actually, not the Ewing. Which makes sense in this board state. You got the your units that you want to push. Han will make short work of those units. Ooh, change of heart, traitorous. Let's see, interesting. Surprise strike is actually really strong here, I think. Because you can go surprise strike either one of these units into the Han when it flips for Thorrk. Save himself getting blasted. If he can pull off that play, hold Thorrk to 6 this turn and like not have to deal with the Ewing reinforcement, then he gets to go, you know, next turn he gets to go into home one. He on his Han flip turn. Ooh, interesting. He's resourcing the home one. I'm not convinced that's right. Yeah, he's gonna go. Maybe he's planning to use his Han leader as like an aggressive play. But he's not gonna be able to play anything else this turn, and like losing the home one for the future is big. But again, like Hippo's been successful here. Holding off the 7 cost on this turn is important. And if he gets to deploy his own Han here, that's big. And like having the change of heart for future turns is also important. Hippo's just Putting pressure on. Wait, so next turn, I think Thorrk is going to be at 7 native, right? He's at 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 6 native, so he's going to go to 7 native, which means he can go up to 8. Hipo, on the other hand, is only going to be at 6 native. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 native. Which means he can go up to 7. This is not like Thorrk is behind here. I think that's we're pretty certain of that, but it is certainly not inescapable. Big reinforcement walker or Ewing reinforcement, sorry, into Han Solo here could potentially be big, and he is going to go with the Ewing right away. Even if he doesn't get the Han, like this could just be an impactful play in general. Hippo's plays are not incredible. Like this turn, he basically gets to attack base with both these units and then do nothing. Next turn, he can get into a reinforcement walker. But no 7s. Sorry. Right now means no big play. And Thorrk it looks like he's faced with a difficult decision here, and he has made it. And it looks like 2 cards coming down. Not the Han. And the big reveal. Bodhi and Defender. Okay. Bodhi clearing this change of heart is actually pretty impactful. Yeah, well, I think those are pretty good pulls for Thorrk. He's going to be able to, because Bodhi's going to be able to clear the Defender next turn. And being able to take out that change of heart matters a lot. And Hipo would have loved to see those last turn. Seven resources here for Hipo, and he gets rid of the reinforcement walker, which I think makes sense. Thorrk is now on 8 resources natively, so he can play either reinforcement walker or home 1 right away. He does have initiative. I don't think he has like Akbar. Pulling Akbar would be nice because you could one-shot Han. Hipo teaching Thorrk how to play Han. A little bit. Hippo's doing a great job here. And instead of going for the home 1, he's just going to go for the Han and out the Defender right away. Hipo has like sort of a difficult decision here. Like he can push. It looks like he's going to push to the base, let the Bodhi trade into the Han, and then presumably he's going to drop his own Han on top of Thorrk's Han. And he does. Boom. Hipo putting 20 damage on the board and drawing into pure gas here. That's big. Thorrk looks like draws into his own Han again so we could see just another cycle of Hans come down here. He also has the Greedo to go with it as just like another little thing that you can play. Interesting. So Hippo resources the Ewing reinforcement there, or at least he's thinking about it. I think I would just keep it. You don't need to resource here. Or wait, do you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, he is only at 7. So if you want to go up to 8, like native resources, maybe it does make sense. And he resources the Han, not the Ewing. Interesting. Han is pretty much the best out to an opposing Han. Which is what Thorrk has here. So Thorrk's gonna Han, kill the Han. It's like I don't know if you guys have seen that Onion video. It's like Putin hires an assassin named Putin to make it so that Putin had to assassinate Putin. That's what's going on with the Hans right now. But Hippo breaking the Han cycle, playing the home one to get the Millennium Falcon. And this is putting Thorrk in a real bad spot. He's dead next turn. Pretty much. Well, he has ways to stop it, but this is big. Let's see, even Reinforcement Walker next turn would not save him. He has to draw, I think he has to draw Bright Hope, maybe? Like Bright Hope would do it. Waylay maybe would do it. I mean, it wouldn't feel great, but yeah, Waylay would do it. And even if Thorrk can survive like this turn, he's got a long ways to come back. Falcon hitting base. And Thorrk has got a whole lot of nothing in hand. I think this one's it, folks. I think our champion has been dethroned. And that's it, folks. Good games. Glad we got this done in time, too. Congratulations to Hippo. He has extracted his vengeance on Thorrk for his top 4 loss last season. And he will move on to the top 4 of this season, and he gets to play against XCTU on Boba Blue. That's going to be a fun matchup. How much is Hippo's coaching? Wow. Let's take a look at the bracket. Let's see. It does need to update, but... Yep, there we go. All right. So Hippo will be taking on XCTU in the top 4. XCTU on Boba Blue, Hippo Han Green. These are 2 of the most discussed decks right now. Are these 2 decks that are going to be up against each other in the top 4. On the other side of the bracket, I'm So Humble on the classic Boba Green is going to be facing off against the winner of You Can Call Me Al and Rebel Resource. They're playing Thursday, I believe. Middle of the day, I believe Prairie Pirates is going to be streaming that one. So tune into Prairie Pirates stream on Twitch to watch that last top 8 match. Aside from that,